So now we have Chris Hicks, and we are going to unmute his mic
Audio.
and then bring on Mr. Chris
The audio
Hicks.
good.
How you doing,
Hey,
fellas?
Chris.
Hey.
Good.
Hey, what's going on? So, when did you pick up your first guitar, man?
Guitar when I was about 8 years old with my grandfather, Wilbur Guthrie. Started playing as a young boy and played with him until he passed away a month shy of being 100 years old.
Wow. So you say would you say he was your greatest influence, hey?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was my greatest early influence. He was a mandolin player. He played guitar also, but he taught me guitar to accompany him and some of his buddies. And
Right
so
on.
how old were you? How old were you, Chris?
About 8 years old.
Way back in the day, huh?
Yeah.
So tell me your writing process. How's it going in the studio with you, man? The writing process and all that and recording.
Man, it's all different. You know, I've got songs that the words and the music all came at once. I've still got music now that I don't have words to, and vice versa. It all depends, you know. You have to hold on to stuff until it finds its place sometime, I think.
So it might not be right now, but it's still in development. A lot of stuff is still in development, say, right? Right on.
But I played with the Outlaws and Tucker in those bands.
With those guys. Okay.
Toured together, a lot and stuff. It's hard to say a favorite, though. They're both great. The Tucker and the Outlaws both have a Western thing about them. From Toy and Huey, they weren't cowboys, but somewhere in their soul, they had a Western thing, man. And they both were aware of it. And it was a very kindred spirit between those two.
Very cool.
Right on. So, like we said earlier, what's some of the things about on the road? Say some of the perks, the ups and downs on the road.
The groupies are definitely a perk. Everything else is bad. No, one thing that's great on the road is you learn valuable history lessons. I didn't pay much attention to history in high school and all. When I got a little older and went on the road, you see it firsthand, so it makes it matter to you more. And you start kind of, or I did anyway, start kind of paying attention to how things came along in different locations. And it's a great learning process to meet people on the road.
Yeah, you learn a lot when you travel through. You get to enjoy everything from the country, and it's great. So, what was your favorite tour that you went on?
One of my favorite tours was the Southern Spirit Tour. I was still in the Outlaws at that point. I think it was '96, and it was 38 Special Outlaws, Marshall Tucker, Fabulous Thunderbirds, and John Butcher. And it was 3.5, 4 months long, all across the country and back, and a lot of fun. And we all jammed with each other a bunch, and it was that was one of my most memorable tours of all of them.
What year was that?
96.
96. Go ahead, Mr. Plowman. What you got?
So you want to say anything to your fans out there, you know, and say just music fans or, you know, the crowds? Yeah.
The world's going to start turning again soon, and live music will prevail again. So I know it's been tough for everybody. It's been tough for me too, just not doing it, you know. And but I think that it's around the corner, and you know, it's been some strange days this year. It really has.
Yeah, it has. The world is totally taking a 180 turn. So the world is reinventing itself, and so does the music business and the music, you know, touring and all that, and musicians and all that. And yeah, it's just a shame of how, I mean, the musicians and the venues got hit the hardest of all this, I think, you know.
You know, the good side of it might be like this Once an Outlaw project. This might not have happened had this not happened. So I'm thinking maybe for some young bands or some unknown bands, it might be a good time to shoot the gap and get noticed or something. I'm hoping, you know.
Well, it's created a whole new genre, which we're doing right now, and then with bands being able to play live away from each other, it's changed. The world changed in 8 months now.
Sure did.
Yeah,
definitely.
And it's been super fun. Chris Anderson and I are old friends, and we've always wanted to kind of have a project together. We've done a lot of jamming, but we've never been in a band together. But that's changed now. We got this project, and we went and rehearsed at these people's house. It was like being a teenager again, man. It felt really fun. You know, it was great.
Yeah.
Well, with Jeff Howell, I mean, how could you go wrong when you got Jeff Howell in a band? You know,
Jeff Howell, easily the top 3 bass players in the world in my book.
Who was your early influences in music?
Bluegrass music. You know,
bluegrass.
Which my grandfather didn't call it that, but I only realized that after he passed away. He predated Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys, so he didn't think he played bluegrass, but that's kind of what it was. Mountain music, country folk music. But I played that for many years, until I got to be a teenager, and the rock and roll bug bit, and that bit pretty hard. And I started listening to Jimi Hendrix and the Allman Brothers and a lot of blues guys. And
Got the bug.
The rest is history.